bluegrass layout is fair, but the field is big, so there could be considerable ground loss for some. Blazing Sevens jumped way forward in his third start to win the Champagne, then bounced a couple of points in the Breeders' Cup. His Florida return race was terrible, but here he is in a Grade 1 5 weeks later with blinkers. Chad Brown could have picked a softer spot, and he's pretty good at figuring out where his horses fit. So we're going to guess this colt will run his best or close to it, but it is a guess. Classic Car Wash has already outrun his pedigree. He put in a good figure as a 2-year-old, but it took him 3 tries to return to that level, which is not a good sign, and he's not that fast. The Dam and several siblings of Hayes Strike could run, but none of them did much as a 2-year-old. This one didn't run that fast last year either, but he exploded last time with the addition of Lasix. McPeak has been heating up recently, but we can't play this one off a 7-point top, especially since he doesn't get Lasix this time. Raised Cane jumped forward in his second start, bounced, ran a new top at Fairgrounds, bounced on synthetic, then exploded with a huge figure to take to Gotham. A repeat of that effort would probably win this, and we don't take the non-effort on synthetic too seriously. But all his good ones have come off non-efforts and or more rest, and now he's coming off a huge effort on less rest. We expect a bounce. Sun Thunder worked his way down to a big one in February, but it came after a lot of development in a short time. And not surprisingly, he bounced last time. If this race was a month from now, we would play him to get back to his top, but on 2 weeks' rest, it is less likely. Tapit Trice, who moved forward to a good win at Gulfstream, then paired that figure to win at Tampa. There's nothing wrong with this pattern. He could run a new top, and he's one of the faster runners here already. But with his running style, he will almost certainly face some ground loss again, so he might need that new top to win, which is not what you want at a short price. Diva Delight has already thrown 2 horses that have run negative numbers, one of which was Midnight Bazoo, and neither was precocious. Verifying was. He ran a strong figure behind Blazing Sevens in the Champagne and ran back to that figure in his 2 tries this year. The bad news is he hasn't developed at all since October 1st, but he is coming off a good short-term pattern, and Cox is on fire with his 3-year-olds. If this colt is going to be a top 3-year-old, he has to break through right now. The bottom line is the Bluegrass this year is a tricky race, with Tapit Trice, Verifying, and Blazing Sevens the main contenders. Tapit Trice will be overbet, and the other 2 should get better trips, so we'll be using Verifying and Blazing Sevens.